Hey guys, welcome to another edition of
I'm Joe,
Ken, but
we have
still a third
Ben,
person here.
so
I am lingering.
Wait, so you say
Weave. I thought we were going to
you started.
Weave.
No, you say
I started?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Ben.
And this is Joe.
And this is Ken.
And together
we've
been joking around.
Thanks for having me back, guys. You didn't have to do that. That was very kind of you.
It was really hard to do to get you on that plane from Alaska and pay for the airfare and
Remember, by the way, did you ever find your luggage?
Yeah, I did. I found your luggage.
Because you were in Alaska.
I found your luggage. It was in the ocean.
In Alaska.
In Alaska, yeah. Have you ever been to Alaska?
That is one of the states I haven't been to.
I have been to Alaska.
You've traveled
really?
a lot.
I took a film photo of...
Oh, this is really slow. I hope the rest of the podcast isn't like this.
No, I'm just going to leave you hanging there.
Photo.
I'm just going to leave you hanging there. Of a moose in Alaska.
Okay, I have a few questions. First of all,
Go
what
ahead.
is a film photo?
Yes.
It's exactly what it is, Ben.
You mean non-digital?
Correct. I took a
So I'm
picture.
thinking like old school film camera.
Yes.
And you exposed one frame.
That's all I did. I only took one shot.
Can you tell that I grew up analog? Because that I mean, I guess I should have thought of. it
Okay,
the
a
right way, but I
roll.
didn't.
I actually shot 5 rolls, and I only found
minus
3.
5 points for Ben. He should have thought of it.
I should have.
Okay, keep
so
score. Keep
Put
score.
that on the tab.
I'm gonna lose.
Pre-demerits.
This game. Big time.
Pre-demerits.
Oh, demerits. Let's talk about college demerits.
Oh my goodness.
That's a good topic.
We're going to college now. Here we go.
Oh,
boy.
man, college demerits.
Why did you take a picture of the moose, Joe? Why?
Oh yeah, that was the other thing.
Why?
Yeah, why?
Why would you not? Let me ask
Why
that.
would you?
I'm satisfied with that.
If
It
you're
is
in
easier.
Alaska,
It is easier to do nothing than to do something, so therefore your choice to do it was directive.
If you're
So
in
why?
Alaska,
that's true.
that's the hard part.
I got all the way to Alaska.
To not take the picture.
So I was actually on a snowmobile and almost died like 5 times.
Skidoo.
Yeah, what do they call it there though? They call it a I forgot. It's not the
Skidoo.
sled.
sled.
They had a different name for it.
the
Dang it.
snow on top of rider.
That was it.
It's something due because the skidoo.
Well, there is ski-doos, but
that's the jet ski, right? They call those skidoos.
a sea-doo.
That's a sea-doo.
Sea-doo and a
Sea-doo.
ski. So does skidoo.
It has to be a ski-doo.
Well, okay, anyway, whatever it was.
Let's.
You know how they're
along.
like, hey, we have to get over the highway and like just a couple spots to get onto our trail that then goes onto a river that's like a racetrack, basically.
They have
up in Alaska,
a
right?
racetrack on the river. Is it frozen?
Yeah,
Are you
the
talking
river's
about?
frozen. Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm like, this is cool. Someone's gonna let us do this. We're there for like hockey week, I think it's called, up in Alaska.
Isn't that like every week?
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
You guys are here for hockey week, just in time.
for the next one.
It was a unique, very cool experience. But the point, it was so cool because this guy, you know, he's like, hey, I got these new sleds or whatnot, and I'm really excited for you guys to use them. And yeah, now you got this picture of these sleds.
I thought you were going to say I got these new moose.
I want you to take some photos of my
new
pet moose.
I got a new one.
That's what I thought.
The old one just isn't
sorry.
cutting it anymore. It's not moose
I'm
enough.
interrupting. I'm causing issues.
Was the moose's name
I didn't mean this to be so long. On the moose.
Bullwinkle?
Oh, we can talk about that for forever.
Rocky.
And
Oh, not that again.
Snidely Whiplash. Let's get him.
You have cool adventures.
for the bomb.
Well, okay, but let me tell this one section where, okay, you're like,
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So just to be clear, when when they say we have to get up on the highway or cross the highway a couple times, so there's a couple of highways that are going, and we think like medians and like pretty steep little deals going on, right? On a general in America highway in Ohio, in Kentucky.
Eisenhower Freeway, man.
Okay. All right. You go up there, it is probably from here to the ceiling at like, I would say, what is this? A 45?
That's a 45 degree.
It's probably pushing.
That's like 75.
It's pushing up where it's
moving
60.
his hand. It changed.
Like it's like 40. Okay, 45. Let's go 60. I would say we were going at about, and when you're,
wow.
I haven't been on.
That's like 10 feet.
Yes. And so he's like, just do what I do and go as fast as I go, and you're going to be fine. If you don't do that, then
You will flip over and die.
basically, yes.
Oh man.
So
I hate.
So guess, so
Did you die?
My stomach hurt, and I was like, I'm already so invested in this. Like, I'm not turning around. He got us all the way out here. He's bent over backwards, to actually set up this this guided tour of this beautiful area and everything. Normally people would spend a lot of money. They're brand new machines. It's just like, I can't say no. I've put GoPros on it. Like everything's ready to go. And now I've got to go up this like mini mountain, right?
Embankment.
Yeah. And he said, now if you go a little bit off and you go to the right, just lean. You're going to think you're going to die, but just lean the other way, and stay in my tracks.
I did this when I was doing campus services on the side of the hill at Northland with a bunch of chairs in the back, and I was going sideways and I almost rolled the truck. So I turned it into the roll and I was fine. Oh. Also, Randy almost killed me that day.
I
Continue.
saw Randy today. Anyway, so I don't want to put Everett, who I work with, wonderful guy, friend of mine, under the bus, but he did fall on the first go around, and I barely made it. But I fell. I hurt my ankle. I mean, all these things had happened. And we did finally make it. Okay. And I don't ever want to do that again. That's what I'm trying to tell you, is that I don't ever want to have to climb that hill. Yes, I made it. Well, yeah. I mean,
did you go straight up or did you have to go at an angle?
No, I did everything that I was supposed to do, and I scared myself to death, and I just went all out. And that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
You have to just floor it.
And lean forward, like kissing the front rail.
And you just, while you're thinking you're going to die, you're like, I'm going to die. But you just lean into it. You lean into death.
Oh, I know how that is.
And then you're fine at the top. You're like, "Wah."
That reminds me of the time I went skydiving.
I'm going to die.
You went skydiving?
Yeah, I did.
Ben, you got to have your story ready because you're up next.
Yeah. Ben's like, that reminds me, I used the public restroom. And it was scary.
That is a big deal.
That actually is a very big deal these days.
Especially in California.
Oh, no, brother.
You can get all kinds. No, yeah.
Yeah, we're not even going to.
I'm sure you got a ton of bathroom stories. We don't need to go there, but I'm just in just a sense of like,
oh my goodness.
I mean, you can go ahead. I just didn't want you to.
No, I don't think he realizes
your image.
Oh, he does realize.
I think. Oh no!
But what's your story about skydiving?
So skydiving.
Or was that the story?
No, the idea was that I was deathly afraid of heights.
Me too.
I hated it, and I was like,
why are you
my
speaking
buddy
in
Trevor?
Past tense.
I'm not deathly afraid of heights anymore because of it.
Seriously?
Really? That
Seriously.
cured you,
Yes, it
essentially?
did.
See,
Yeah, go to the top of the world and then jump.
So that
that'll do it.
You're like, there's nothing else that's going to be higher than 16,000 feet in the air, not tied to anything but a bald guy behind you.
I think he beat my 10-foot little ramp I had to go up. I feel silly.
I got heat stroke in Canada on top of a mountain.
Heat stroke in Canada?
Yeah, we went on a camping thing. It was like a wilderness camp for kids.
The way you said that was brilliant.
For kids?
For kids.
Well, I'm trying. It was
the kids were fine, but I couldn't handle it.
Exactly.
That's what got me on the mountain.
Right.
It was supposed to be like a leisurely hike for 4 or 5 hours.
That was all it was going to be.
It was 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And the people leading us were experienced mountain climbers, which you would think would make it better. And they're really good people. In fact, one of the guys, exactly. That was a miscalculation.
They don't know what's hard.
Exactly. And here's like 6th graders pouring all their waters on each other's heads. And I'm like, you guys are going to regret that soon. Well, I did make it to the top. But I mean, we were way up in Banff.
That's serious, though.
Yeah,
like,
I remember it was a thrill because I remember climbing up a 20-foot. I don't know what they call them, but it's like a corner.
Yeah.
I heard someone say a chimney, but I don't know that it was a real chimney.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know what you're saying.
It wasn't all enclosed.
At least we
But I
understand
had to climb up. I'm using my
like
hands.
Spider-Man.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like 20 feet up. And so I was like, I'm going to die anyway. I might as well do it facing out. So I climbed it facing outward.
Why?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I faced outward and climbed it this way, looking out, and you could see the highway way off in the distance, and they were literally, the cars were smaller than ants.
Why did you do that?
I had reached this, well, I had heat stroke.
He wasn't thinking straight.
I wasn't.
With the heat stroke.
Exactly.
No, but that's actually very impressive. I would not be able to do it that way, I think.
Oh, yeah, ended up on the mountain 10 hours. And there was a guy who actually, I did get down the mountain without, I mean, I needed help down, but there was a guy that was worse off than me, but I ended up in the emergency room and they were pumping
like
me full of fluid.
dehydrated, probably.
Yep, all that stuff.
Heat stroke or sunstroke, whatever.
Yeah.
they
Did
call
you
it.
not drink enough water? Did not bring enough water, or both?
I brought several water bottles, but I went through them. But then I started, I don't want to get too gross, but I started throwing up.
Yeah.
Oh, you can lose, yeah.
And so
all
I was
your
losing.
hydration,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm actually, since that point, have always been more sensitive to heat. And they told me that would happen. That
Okay.
once you go down that road, you have to be really careful.
Your
so
body
we moved,
automatically goes into that shock
right.
state faster.
So we moved to Pensacola, Florida.
I'm just kidding.
Then that's it.
And we're done.
And he lives in heat stroke.
How is Pensacola, Florida? Can you tell us about that a little bit?
Love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. So,
Cool. Next topic.
All right, so let's continue.
I mean, okay, so we get to live. We have a rental house there. It's not like we own a mansion or anything. It's just we get to live where people vacation. You think about it that way.
Yeah.
Right? Because people like to come to, Destin, Navarre, Pensacola itself.
Are
the
those
Blue
Star
Angels
Trek
are there.
characters?
It does sound like it though.
Navarre.
Who's on
Navarre,
the planet
Vulcan?
Navarre?
The planet. That sounds great.
That actually is perfect.
It does. That was a sound effect for something.
Hey, I was with you. I was tracking with you. I was trekking with you.
It was, oh my goodness.
Star Trek.
Oh, come on. That's like people are like, you need to give out a tract today.
A track.
A track.
It's
like,
actually
I need
a
a
tract.
gospel track. You're not
gospel
giving him a
track.
gospel track.
It's a TRACT.
TT.
Yes.
Gospel tract.
How many tracks
Star
have
Trek.
How many Star Tracks?
have you handed out today?
It's like I got in big trouble for criticizing people on this, but when they're like,
Let's do it.
yeah. What is it, like smiling? I'm smiling.
Oh.
The IN instead of the ing, and I put it on.
Somebody says picture instead of picture.
Yeah, well, people got mad at me for it and stuff. Like almost as mad as when I said that a dog is not a person. Like a dog is not your child.
Wow.
And
no, that one I totally not agree with, but totally.
Yeah, well,
I know what that is.
There are like dog moms, as they self-proclaim
I
themselves,
know.
and
I
make
mean,
whole Instagram accounts about it
Yeah,
and everything too. And in a sense, Ben,
I'm wrong.
not to get really serious, but that's where it's gonna go, man.
That's what's up. That's what's
You
coming.
know?
I'm toast.
But not in Pensacola, Florida.
I'm toast.
Pensacola, Florida. Hey, that's the beauty of this. Ben said all of it, not us this
That's right.
time. So
I'm going to guarantee you something. I'm not on the podcast next episode.
you're getting booted out after that.
It's over. No, but I do love Pensacola, and I don't know why I like it so much. A friend of ours, I don't know if you've met him, Joe, but Ken, you've met him by now. Steve Eager,
Yeah,
right?
I don't know
if it's Eager or Ager, because I've actually heard people pronounce it both ways. But he's an acquaintance becoming a friend. He wrote this song here in Greenville about Love in Greenville.
Yeah, he wrote a big song that went kind of viral and down there.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. He just loves the area and stuff, and I guess he took some flack for it too, because some people don't.
I
like it.
love Greenville, South Carolina.
Steven, we owe you royalties now.
Cool.
But I don't know that I would.
First one. I'm so excited.
I don't think I'd write a song about Pensacola just yet. Like,
I love Pensacola.
Change one part. You better change something about it.
I love Pensacola, Florida.
Steve would be he'd be like, huh. He would not be my friend anymore.
Wait a minute. Stealing from me.
Oh, man. But there are cases going on right now about like how much can you copyright?
Oh,
music.
yeah. The whole AI thing, too, and all that is similar.
Yeah. That's going to get crazy.
How much can you, like, is it more or less?
Okay, so like right now, at the time of us recording this, what's his name? Who's the Ed Sheeran?
Yeah.
He's in court defending one of his songs that he didn't steal it from Marvin Gaye. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Whatever.
Yeah.
And it's got the exact same. A guy on YouTube named Rick Beato, you can look him up, and he did a side-by-side comparison, and the vibe and the speed and it's a half step off. The chord structure, everything is identical, but the melody line is completely different. So the question is a song the melody line and the tune, or is the song the chords and the vibe?
We need Dana Everson to get on for that one.
Well, it gets pretty crazy.
Well, it gets really crazy because then you can accidentally do something because
sure, there's
how many songs have the same chord progression?
Like, did you know you can't copyright a title?
No.
Yeah, you can't copyright a title. I could write any song. I could write what are famous songs, right?
Really?
Like I could write
like Happy Birthday.
Like Happy Birthday. I could write my own Happy Birthday. It doesn't matter. You can't copyright a title.
That actually makes sense, I think.
But see, that's why some people. That's why everything title is always accompanied by the creator.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know, when people are like, "This song by Journey" or "This song,"
we put out an acapella video I did with a friend of mine, and it's "Hallelujah" by Glad. Hallelujah, the Lamb of God is crucified.
Oh yeah.
And we got a lot of hits on it, which was good. I mean, for us, we got a lot of hits, not viral or anything, but by our standards,
52 billion views.
Hamburgers served. But it was really well received, and I was thinking, like, why are people hitting this more? And I think some of it it's the title is Hallelujah.
The secret chord.
Really? Yeah, I think it's because the title's the same.
Yeah.
Right? The secret chord. That one.
David run and please the Lord.
You know, that song got so popular is because of Shrek. No joke. There's a huge spike when you see the statistics. When Shrek came out, that song went like viral. People were like, "Oh, it's so good," and people are like, "I just saw it on Shrek."
I know. I love it when maybe one of my sons or somebody's like, "Oh, Dad, have you ever heard this song? It's so awesome." And I'm like, "Yes, son, I did." Yeah. I
got a spanking for listening to it when I was young.
Did not. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Wait, so we talked about Pensacola, loving that. Now we're on.
I do
music.
love Pensacola.
But what was it?
I wanted to.
We're talking about bathrooms.
I got to talk music for at least like 3 or 4 minutes with you guys.
All right. Let's talk.
I mean, you guys got to do the whole John Williams thing on your podcast.
The number one acapella group of all time to this moment in time, excluding any Everson.
Is he going to say the high-lows?
Well, they weren't exclusively acapella though.
Oh, okay.
So I get out of that one.
Well,
I would, monks.
You're right.
I think it's still going to be the monks.
The monks?
Not monkeys. The monks.
We're the monkeys.
Oh, come, Emmanuel.
Those monks.
Monks? Okay.
The monks.
That was I was trying to get out of the question.
I think you did because I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
As in
help our audience understand.
In like Benedictine monks, as in Catholic Church. Like
no, I understood.
Yeah.
Oh, because I thought this was a group.
I just wasn't laughing.
No,
that's why.
No, okay, sorry.
It's like I never heard of this
group.
It's
not very funny.
I just killed the joke, didn't I? Like
it's not funny. No, I was.
He's
I was
like,
failing.
Please move on. And Joe's like, oh, so about that joke you told? Why was it?
Like,
I didn't laugh. Can you help me understand why I didn't laugh?
I can't be funny at like
on command.
Kind of. Like it comes out like when I'm preaching or something. It
right.
And you guys actually do it too. I think maybe it comes from family or something, but it's perspective on life.
It's commentary.
Right.
It's commentary. Comedy is.
Ooh, I like
is
your
the
shoes.
funniest.
Hey, thank you.
Those
I
are cool.
just got them.
Yeah, so those
like
are
2
the
days ago.
retro Adidas. I actually have a pair.
Oh, they're high tops.
Yeah,
You
so those
betcha.
are with the Velcro.
Takes me back to high school, man.
Well, are those the 84 series? Like,
I don't know what series they are. They were on clearance at DSW.
I think they are actually, which are anyway, they're really cool. Everybody look them up. The Adidas retro.
They're blue.
Joe, what's your favorite acapella group, though?
Wait,
we don't have to
he
talk
got
about
out of
that.
Well, see, so here's the deal.
I'm going
so
back
if
to
guys,
you.
I want to get into the science of it, so I don't want to only hang out there. But that was like an opening question, so I'm
Gotcha.
totally
Well,
fine
I can
answering it. But get me there. Yeah, let's go.
I can help because
All right.
I don't want you guys to have to rehash your whole awesome podcast that you did about acapella groups. Because I agreed with you.
Okay, cool.
Like
cool,
99%. I can't even remember what the 1% was that I might have been like, oh, I have a different take on that. But everything you said was really, really good and it was really, really accurate. And you talked about vibrato and straight tone and all that.
Okay,
kind of
so
stuff,
we've
which
been
was
there.
so
We've
awesome.
been there.
Right.
So go back
we don't
and
have
listen to
read.
that
Yes.
on your own time.
Right.
Let's move forward. Got it.
I have a new thing acapella wise.
Okay.
That
It's called.
Oh no, this is dangerous territory. This is when we get
It's
kicked
called
out.
music. You play instrumental music with it, and it's not acapella anymore.
that's actually where I'm going.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Don't tell me that.
No. Okay. So I think acapella is in a state of flux right now where things are getting so programmed that we're losing the point of acapella.
Sure. Yeah.
Now, it's still
wait. Define program.
computerized.
Okay.
So
That was the quickest, like, boom, boom. All right.
I'm not saying it's not valid, but there are incredible groups out there that are doing acapella work.
Yeah.
That I don't even want to name them because they'll be like, well, who are
That's
you?
okay. Yeah, that's
But
all right.
what I mean by that is I think we need a different category. So I am suggesting I'm just going to start using it, and probably 3 other people will. Or there's a difference in my mind with organic acapella and like pop acapella.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
like I can do I can't personally I'm not a good beatboxer, right? But you can go like that and make that your drum sound and program it into your drum machine.
Yeah, you're just repeating it and looping
Right. And then people just use their drum machine to do it.
Wow, he's so awesome.
Well, yeah. And I mean, I guess it's cool, but you're not actually doing that live.
Yeah, I was mocking it a little bit there. Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm headed with it. So when you say like, who's your favorite acapella groups? Well, there are very modern acapella groups that I think are amazing, and they use the studio as an instrument, which is very legitimate. So please don't misunderstand.
Sure.
I'm not saying that.
Ken's like, that's my whole job. No.
Studio as an instrument. I mean, that is very, very valid. But in my mind, Glad is the quintessential awesomest acapella group of all time because everything they did vocally. Like true blue acapella, and they were too early in time to be able to. I mean, you got King Singers, you got the guys that you mentioned, but Glad to me, because you didn't dwell on Glad. That's why. That's why I'm bringing that up.
Okay.
Glad to me.
I got a follow-up question, by the way.
Okay. Well,
that's going to work with this perfectly.
Oh, awesome.
I'm looking forward to that moment.
Yes. Well, to end the sentence, it's just
We're not going to let you into this.
just that
I'm thirsty.
I'm still waiting for it. I'm still really excited to that point.
they to me are the ultimate. That's what I'm after when I'm recording acapella is the Glad sound. And is it getting a little bit outdated now to some people? Yes. But I think just like fashion, it's going to loop back around, and people are going to get a little tired of some of the so hyped up acapella stuff that's you can't reproduce it live.
Yep.
That
100%.
That they're going to long for the old days when it was one guy doing 50 voices straight up.
Yeah, and he can do that live.
Well, I'm saying, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
With a looper.
No, I wasn't being stupid about it. I was being serious.
As opposed to like twisting, because we can twist our voice all around and do like vocoding and stuff. Guys are good at it. Please, I don't want anyone who might come across this to think that I'm
No. I think your heart's being seen. Honestly, the sincerity of what you're trying to say. Yeah.
So anyway, to answer your question, it was Glad. I think one of the best singers.
I like that answer. I think
Glad.
I think it's a strong one. I think it's a good one.
Ed Nall. I'm looking. I can see my wife on the other side. Oh, the real group. Oh goodness. Yeah, I was live. The Real Group can do some pretty amazing stuff live.
Yes.
They're out of Stockholm, Sweden, and they just turned over a whole new group.
Yep.
Yeah, I was wondering if I haven't dug into that yet. I knew it was coming, but I haven't really gone into it.
In fact, there's a new movie coming out. Disney did The Little Mermaid, right?
Yep, the redo.
And,
yeah.
And when
so
they put
excited for that.
No, I am not.
I'm not either. But that's not like my vibe. But they have different people do the overdubs in different languages.
Yep.
So the alto for the Real Group is actually the one who's doing the Swedish version.
Oh, cool.
Ariel. That's how good
no
she
way.
is. Yeah. Yeah. So it's not like I know them personally, but
I actually worked with a voiceover guy who was the voice in Pokemon.
Hey,
the doctor people. Yep. He was a guy on Broadway. And
is his name Ben something?
No, it was Abe.
Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller.
Abe.
I have that follow-up question.
I'm trying to tell you the last name here. You're going to love it.
Goldfarb.
Ben took it from me, and then we're going to end this podcast.
I did.
Right now.
Now I'm banned for 2 episodes for 2 years.
Abe Goldfarb.
Hey,
he was really cool, man. Because literally, that like 3 days after I finally got my business approved on Google, right? A guy called me up and he's like, "Hey, I got the guy who is going to be in your area, wondering if he can do the voiceover."
That's
and
crazy.
I was like, "Okay, yeah, cool. Let's set it up." I had no idea who he was, and then
wow!
And then he came in and we recorded for an animated show.
That's so cool.
We did. Oh man, we must have did like 50 animated shows. That they just needed bits,
right.
And so, and I set it up so you could see like the animation and because they just do Flappy Mouth to it, so it didn't have to be super synced. But it was so cool. The show is called see if I get it. Boy, Girl, Dog, Cat, Mouse, Cheese. It's an animated show. It's. I think it's
I don't know what to
UK
say.
or something.
I don't know what.
I'm so overwhelmed. I took a drink of my Sonic drink.
Sonic. Hey, that was good. I like those movies. I like the way that they did them. They were great.
That's a different Sonic.
Sonic movies are
but
the
anyways,
best.
he was
cool.
was super talented. But he was here doing Broadway for
Wasn't the
Beetlejuice.
Oh, Beetlejuice.
Downtown Peace Center. He was actually on the Broadway show and really cool.
Well,
just like a passing.
Just like I am
Ship
so
in the
pumped
night.
for Joe, world renowned.
I don't know how this keeps growing. I'm gonna have to live up to this.
No, but
Intergalactic
I was so
artist.
just like I'm pumped for Joe. We are all brothers. In case you're just jumping in on this and you can't tell. So Joe's doing all these things art wise and Ken studio wise. I'm sending some of my stuff to Ken to have him do it because I don't trust anybody else.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Right. So because he gets that sweet sound that I picked up from Glad.
Yeah.
To bring us around full circle, which I didn't
like
intend,
that.
but
Yeah, that was perfect. So I was going to ask you something.
yes.
Oh man.
What is it?
Well, was there a favorite album maybe? I guess I could ask it that way.
Oh my goodness.
Can I tell you one of my favorites while I kind of
yes.
Can I guess? Gershwin?
Yeah, that was my favorite.
Really? Seriously?
It was honestly my favorite album. But there's like a nostalgic part that liked a different album better, and I like that one a lot. And honestly, I don't know the title.
Okay.
I think I can see the
song
image.
Just tell me the song. Image, anything. I can tell you.
It has all the Lead On, O King Eternal.
Acapella hymns.
Yeah. Was that one? Like, isn't there two?
Okay,
or something
so no,
like that?
19.
How's that go?
No, Acapella Project 1.
Oh,
Acapella Project 2.
Yeah.
Acapella hymns.
Just the lead on, lead on, lead on, lead on.
That's the first song.
Lead on. That, like, from there to This Is My Father's World, was a Mighty Fortress on that one? Or
That's on Project 1.
That's on Project 1.
That's
okay.
1988 or 1989.
I have a secret that Ben
Gershwin.
Well, it's not about Glad.
Gershwin was 93.
I have a secret about Glad, Ben, and A Mighty Fortress.
Oh no, I'm scared.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you remember when Ben was working on A Mighty Fortress and he had you do some tracks?
Yeah, of course.
Remember that?
Yes.
Do you remember when you could not hit the high parts and you brought it to my room, my bedroom, that I had an end track on? Do you remember that?
No.
Aha.
Well, kind of.
My voice is in A Mighty Fortress.
Oh, you did some too?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
Yes.
Yes.
It's I can't do it now, obviously.
Well, now I feel bad because
no.
No, it's all gone.
I always give credit. I always try to give credit.
No. It's okay because you didn't know, and neither did Joe.
Yeah, I guess
You know why?
he pulled that over on me.
Because Joe was recording it and he was doing it, and he's like, I can't do this. This is stupid. Joe would be
Well,
like,
why did I pass off to
and
him in
he
the first
leave?
place? Because I can't hit it.
right. Well, Joe was getting frustrated, but he came back and then nailed a bunch of the other, because it was a timing thing, right? He had the music and the timing is nuts. It's so hard to do it. So he was outside playing basketball, I think, with Mark Blackhurst. I went in and recorded
That
the
would make
tracks.
sense.
I went and recorded the high, crazy, ba, 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 da, ba, 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 da, all those tracks in there. And then at the end, ba, da, ba, da, ba, da, ba, da, ba, way up there.
Yep.
I did that as well. And I recorded over what Joe recorded. And when Joe came back, he played it. He was like, oh, I don't know. I was so mad about it.
Wow. Well, that's enlightening.
That's between y'all.
So I guess I'm a terrible singer.
No, but it was only those crazy high parts. You did all the other, I'm trying to remember what those syncopated parts were.
It's the ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yep.
Yeah.
Only 3 octaves higher.
Yep.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Something like that. Way up there.
Well, both of you all have incredible voices.
Which,
like
well, we got to do that acapella piece that you alluded to in the last episode.
and I will send that on.
That would be awesome to do
I will
a
send
joint effort.
And something happened after COVID where my voice has shifted down.
How's it? Yeah.
And
Down where?
down lower than I wanted to.
soul.
Like down deep in my soul.
Yeah. We have mutual friend on that one.
Hey.
I'm jealous of you guys because both of you guys got on Calvary Quartet CDs and I did not.
Yeah.
Huh.
Even though I was
Wow,
the
I
first
didn't
one to
think
sing.
that.
And did
Yeah,
you know
you're
I
the
was
one
their
who brought-
pianist?
No way.
Your pianist?
Yeah.
You were the pianist?
Pianist?
Yeah.
I find that pretty awesome, actually. And you did. It's 100% true.
I did not know that.
You introduced us to that realm. Actually, that's why we're all here, if you think about it.
Well, I didn't have a lot of meetings and stuff, and we were up in Spartanburg, and Terry was like, "Hey, I need a accompanist. Can you play piano?" I said, "I play by ear." He's like, "You can do it." He's like, "You can do it." And then I was like, "Well, I'll come and like play for you guys." He's like, "Yeah, you can do it." And then he's like, "Hey, I need you to come to this church," and he paid me well, like to get me to do it. And that sounded bad, but not. He was helping.
No, I
me,
got you. Yeah,
right,
100%.
And so, like, how great
like
thou
hard-
art.
Yeah.
Like, I do not know how I played those things.
Yeah.
He sent me the recordings.
That's
and
the
I got
under
in front
pressure. The under
of, oh my
pressure
goodness.
bit.
Oh my goodness.
See, so amp up what I said in the last episode about all of us Eversons having different varying abilities in that area, but still, I think, as Amanda pointed out, who's also in this room, wow, I had to do a lot of sum up there.
That was good.
That's a lot. I'm sorry about that.
It is too much. Let me sum up.
Let me sum up. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful.
Let me
Humperdinck.
explain. No, it is too much.
But seriously, I totally lost my train of thought. But basically, the pressure thing.
Pressure.
So being
Pressure.
put under pressure, I have some similar experiences where I literally to this day don't know how I got through some of those moments of like you actually like I literally think that I found words that were kind of in there from a practice, but had to have them memorized. And never would have like sung them, have sanged them correctly,
Have them
had sung properly. But in the moment, it's
on
like
the quartet or your
on
performances?
quartet, and other things too. But that pressure revealing like I found a way to fix it in the moment, or to come up with something in the moment. And maybe yours is a little bit different than that.
Well, Dad does it on piano.
Oh man,
That reminded me of a time. One time, right after the prayer, Dad started the exit music, like way too soon because he was going to do
something else to say
after on a church service, right? And so he was like blah blah blah, and amen. He's like. Dun, 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 dun. You know that arrangement, right? You heard it? So you go, dun, 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 dun.
And what happened?
That's all he did. Because he knew he played wrong, and that's what he played. He
finished it.
He finished the end. He went dun 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 dun, and then like everybody was like, "Okay, wow.
And time for the announcements."
It was so great. Oh, but
time for me to take.
He immediately
my pill.
went into a oops. Let me fix it, and like I have to finish it. I can't just stop because that'd be even weirder. So just dun dun dun. It was so
That's
great.
perfect.
Oh, stroke of genius right there. Oh man,
So acapella.
Love acapella.
that's great.
I love
Okay.
it.
That's great.
Yes.
I love it.
We talked about the real group. One last bit on this. The Gershwin thing. Can we go back to that really
Yes.
quick?
Glad acapella Gershwin.
Okay.
Joe or Ben, who is Gershwin?
Sorry, I was drinking my Sonic drink.
We've got the theme of the Sonic drink.
So weird. I don't know why that's so important.
We make it important.
Yes.
That's like our funny word for the day. You remember that, Ben?
George and Ira Gershwin. Yes, I remember a funny word.
Did you ever think that they were like one was a girl?
Yes, when I was really young.
Good. I don't feel bad now.
Oh, I thought one was a girl.
So there are purists who can't stand Gershwin music because he melded jazz elements
Correct.
with straight music, which was classical.
Right.
But I remember
Broke some boundaries. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fantastic, but I mean, some people were like, no. And but I remember Mom taking me. I don't know why Dad didn't. I can't remember if Dad came or not, but I know I went with Mom to Midland Center for the Arts, and they did a whole Gershwin night.
Yeah.
And it was really awesome. What?
I was there for that.
Really? Maybe Dad was there too. I think maybe we got two separate spots of tickets.
Yeah. Oh, that, and I remember because somebody did the clarinet solo.
Yes. Yeah.
And the person was going nuts, and it was too jazzy, and everybody stood up and applauded, and I didn't know, so I stood up and was applauding, and Dad was sitting next to me, and he was sitting down.
Oh no.
And I was like, oh, so I sat down.
Hey, I got a story for you. Oh, I got a story.
It's just a memory. I was like so
I got a memory.
embarrassed for somehow.
I got a memory. Well, man, that's so impossible to give context to those things. But I can say this.
Right.
So we were trying, as we were growing up, Dad was trying to help us establish boundaries in what music is appropriate and what isn't. And during those, particularly the 80s,
It's okay. It was the 80s. Like everyone already
It's
knows
just the 80s.
anything goes in
the 80s.
after this. Okay, go ahead.
So principles don't change, but applications do. And at the time,
Right.
I went to a concert with Grandpa Dale. It was just me and Grandpa Dale.
Grandpa Dale went to. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He
crazy.
took me to a concert.
Blast from the past.
And it wasn't Blast from the Past. It was a legitimate group. And not that they weren't, but I'm just saying it was mostly classical music, but then they did a lot of heavy jazz stuff.
Oh, I think I know where this is going.
Yeah. And everyone like stood up at the end.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, now what do? I have a decision to make. Grandpa Dale stood up, and I knew I could recognize the musicianship, but I didn't want to, like, should I be into this or not?
Yeah.
And so I decided I'm going to split the difference. So I sat down for about 10 seconds.
Okay. Yeah.
To say, okay, I'm sitting down for the last two songs that I don't know that I'm supposed to agree with that. But I recognize the musicianship of how awesome they are. And then I stood up. So in my mind, though no one else would have figured out what I was thinking, in my mind, that was me doing a little bit of a protest. Like I didn't agree with that part, but I applaud all the rest. And that, I don't know what Grandpa thought at the time, but things have changed.
Oh, my
where
grandson's a little slow.
No,
I need to take
tried
Joseph
to take.
out.
I've tried to take steps so that our kids growing. I was just a little confused.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't sure
Yeah.
what to do in that situation.
No, yeah, that's totally,
So Amanda and I have tried to take steps to inform our kids so that when they're in difficult situations, you make the best decision that you can in the moment and don't feel guilty about it.
I think that's awesome. Yeah.
Right?
100%.
Because my whole
Sure.
thing was, I didn't want to disappoint Mom and Dad. Like, should I be approving of this or not or whatever?
Yeah.
But I remember in 6th grade band or 7th grade public school band, because I was learning to play trumpet, and we did La Bamba. right? So, and it was a concert, right? And I had never played anything like that. And so they were like, okay, we're going to practice this song. And it was all legit, beginning band stuff. And then everyone was super excited. You could feel it go through the whole band. It's 70 kids that can hardly play.
Play the fun one.
And then, and I was like, what in the world is this? I've never heard anything like this. So I was like, I don't even know what to do. So I'm just playing third trumpet. Right? And that's a pretty tame thing after all now. But for me at that point, I was like, how do I process this? So I try to do my best job playing, but
super straight.
Super da 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 da.
No syncopation. Dun 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 dun.
That's not really syncopated.
Dun 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 dun.
There's the syncopation. But syncopation, no, just so listeners, because I know when I put this online that I'm on a podcast, some of my people, because we all have our people, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Some of my people are going to come over and they're going to get all confused. Dad never taught us, listen up, folks. Dad never taught us syncopation was bad. I get into this in some of the churches that I'm in where people are like, syncopation is evil. No.
Right.
Absolutely not. If someone's telling you that, they don't know what they're talking about. You don't know. Hallelujah chorus is syncopated, people. All right, I'll get off my soapbox.
No, I'm glad you said it. At least so that it's out there as a qualifier.
And for the people who came on from my people,
they're like,
wait until my people.
What is syncopation?
Oh, I got something for my people.
What is syncopation?
As Picasso said, great artists steal. So I want you all to get out there and steal. Those are for my people.
Steal and maim and destroy. Wow.
What is syncopation?
Let me take a drink from my.
Hey, actually, I could.
To chuck that thing.
Here's one.
Drink.
Here's one for you guys.
Syncopation just off the rhythm.
Yeah, and Dad took us to a number of concerts, and I enjoy those. Remember the concerts in the park type things that would take place, right? Okay.
Yes.
We've talked about that. Well, I remember distinctly Dad taking me to one because it had some Sousa people in it. In other words,
Dr. Seuss.
I knew he was going to say that.
No. Dr. Seuss.
And their hair was really weird.
Yeah.
Thing 1 and thing 2.
They were
Cat in the Hat was running around.
You mean John Phillip.
John Phillip Sousa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so now the listeners
and raise it to the sky.
Oh, no.
Let evil hide.
Never would have watched Wood of our Nation. Now behold the gem.
Do your thing, and then we got to talk about that thing.
Oh, whatever the rest
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So he took you to Sousa.
Okay, so
why though?
Okay, so he's like, this is a once in a lifetime experience that you're going to actually experience some. Now, how did that go? It was players who were a part of his band on some level, right? So I'm going to get this wrong and I apologize.
Like the continuation.
Dad. Yes. Like the history was there.
Yeah.
Like, Joe, you're about to hear history, basically.
Right. Well, tie to the past.
There you go. And so it was really, really special. Well, Dad said something that kind of clued me in on something on how he thought. That I thought was really good. It was good for me to hear from my dad. And if it makes sense, it makes sense. If not, don't worry about it. But they tried. So the band was awesome. It was a great experience. I loved it. A lot of marches. We love marches in the Everson family. I loved listening to it. They did end up playing a couple of pop tunes. Then they ended up playing, I think it was the Pink Panther and maybe like the bum ba dum bow.
Peter Gunn or something.
Yeah,
like
a little Peter Gunn, a couple other pieces, but one was a very particular jazz song that was like
Can I guess it?
Okay, go ahead.
Was it the elephant one?
Oh, the Elephant Walk one?
Yeah, Elephant Walk.
It wasn't that one.
Oh.
And actually, no.
That's the baby elephant walk, isn't it?
Oh no, I can't do it now. Dang it! It's right there. It's on the edge of my brain. Go ahead.
No. I was trying to let your brain run musically.
Oh, that's totally fine. No, I thought if you wanted to hear the elephant one, Ben might be able to. I can't think of the tune, but I do know it. When it's once it starts, I can sing it because I know the elephant song that you're talking about. Okay. The Elephant Walk. That's what it's called.
Yes.
Yeah. No. This one had the,
Okay, so it was,
and it was like the Pink Panther. Very, very much like that. Well, no, it wasn't that song.
What is that?
That would be
that's a TV
Get
theme.
smart.
Get Smart.
Get Smart. Chief.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that guy played Inspector Gadget.
right,
Yeah.
which is so cool to me.
I know. I love
Because they're so relatable.
Oh man.
Well, okay, so you kind of this is coming to a head here. The point of this is that
All 4 people left listening.
yeah. To the one person who happens to have the same upbringing as we all did, right in this. No, but for real, there's this moment where this very particular jazz sound that it was a big band jazz sound that they were supposed to produce.
Right.
Dad walked away from that and he said, I do want you to know something, Joe. He said, that was really, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm glad you got to come and on all the things. But he said that he believed, and I think Grandpa actually said this to him, perhaps, and maybe someone else influential in his life, because it was like a doctrine coming down the chain,
Gotcha.
right? Here's
Yep.
this moment. And he said that basically concert bands or more specifically marching bands just don't quite do it right. And he said,
yeah.
now maybe that's like, well, of course, but to me at that moment, I did not know that aspect of like, okay, you got symphonies, you have the
Orchestra,
the garage band, you got all the different things that exist.
The
in
Philharmonic.
music. There you go. Yes. No,
The
100%.
George harmonic.
Hey,
Don't forget about George.
hey, but
Phil's
even
got his, but George needs his. Everybody forgets about the George
wait,
harmonic.
what about British marches, for instance, have a slightly different instrument set and a different feel.
Right.
And so, but this is coming out of the knowledge of what Dad was kind of passing down as like a little hint that I think was above my grade. Like I wasn't there yet, but he's like, when you get there, Joe, the sound of a big band is different than what you just heard.
Yes.
And to this day, I actually get it. And it's a big deal to me.
Absolutely. There's different kinds of straight tone.
Okay.
It's the same exact thing you're talking about.
Yes.
And
we can get there. You're doing a good job of segueing,
well,
by the way, into barbershop.
oh my goodness.
We don't have time for that,
Which
guys.
is-
We're going to catch you next time.
Sonic, my Sonic drink.
No.